One of the most disappointing seasons in Jets history, I think it's safe to say, as this is going on. It's another low as the Jets fall and are not even competitive out in Arizona. 31-6, fall to 3-7 on the season of the Cardinals. With that, we welcome you to Jets Postgame Live presented by Audi. Visit your tri-state Audi dealers to get behind the wheel of yours today. Alongside Bart Scott, Willie Colon, Connor Rogers, I'm Steve Gelbs. Nothing was good in this game. There was absolutely no carryover from the second half against the Texans a week and a half ago. But the big, huge red flag, and we've been talking about it for a while now, is this defense has not looked anything like the vaunted unit that it has been over the last number of years. And today was as bad as it gets. So, Bart, we start with you. What has happened to this Jets defense?
They're soft. Like, there's no way around it. They're soft. And when they go against a team that's a physical team, they get bullied. Right? James Conner probably averaged about 6-7 yards a carry, but then Benson was right behind him with the same thing. And listen, like I said before, like you can put 8 men in a box, but if the two guys, two D tackles are getting blown off the ball, it's no points of entry for the linebackers. So they don't have a personnel when people go with their Tiger personnel or 12 personnel, 2 tight ends or jumbo packages. They don't have any packages or short yardage schemes that they put on now. You look at the end of the game, they decide to go to a sink front. And sink front is like, okay, well, they took an inside linebacker, put him on the edge to make a 5-man across line, which makes it harder to double team. But that's still an inside linebacker that's over a tackle that's 300 times instead of a defensive end. So what we used to do when we had something like that and they want to go there, we go with our heavy package. And that means we got 3 tackles inside. We got 2 DN/linebackers, and that allows our 2 linebackers on the second level to scrape. And somebody has to say, hey, Kinlaw, like every time you jump around a block, you're screwing your linebacker. And, so, like, you doing that, like, yeah, every once in a while you'll make a tremendous play because you get to hit somebody. But at the end of the day, you got a 220-pound converted safety at linebacker and a 5'10", 228-pound linebacker. And this probably was one of the worst tackling games I've ever seen in my life.
In a season full of a lot of them.
I was going to say, and that's saying something from this unit, which came into the game, by the way.
The tackle by Sauce might have been the greatest example. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
That's how I throw my son off when, like, we playing King of the Mountain. My son jumps on me, and I kind of flick him and throw him off, you know what I'm saying? Hope I don't hurt him too bad so his mom won't kick my ass. I'm like, what are you going to ring around the rosy? That summed up the entire season. I mean, a guy is short. Get off the field, jump on his back, swing your legs, drop off, and he just throw you off like you like.
And again, one play doesn't make the entire game because that was a theme throughout the entire game. It wasn't just Sauce, but that was a huge moment. And once again, we've talked about Sauce all season long. But again, Willie, just your overall thoughts on what this defense is doing right now.
I'm with Bart. I'm starting to question if these guys actually understand their responsibilities from an individual level, right? Like, I understand Solomon Thomas was hurt. He wasn't in this game. But you're talking about guys not understanding, like, the point of eating a double team is for your linebackers to run free and make plays. It's hard as an offensive lineman, if I know I'm getting 3 or 4 5 yards a pop off the ball, man, why would I ever want to convert to anything that just did nothing to try to alter this offense of the Cardinals? And so now you're looking at an offensive line in the Cardinals and say, man, we're just going to make it a phone booth game. And their ability tonight to punch it down the middle was even wilder about the situation is nothing ever changed through all 4 quarters. Nothing. Like, I've never seen an offense go into halftime and be like, well, we didn't tweak anything. How they started the game is how they finished the game. And that was the most telling thing for me.
Calvin Beachum and Will Hernandez. That's who you getting dominated by.
They had my cousin out right guard, Tristan Colon.
Bro, that's who put doing work?
Yeah.
Man, come on, man.
It was just a bad day, man.
It's been a bad year.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Will Hernandez, listen, when I see a guard with a neck roll on, I laugh.
Yeah.
No offense, Tyron.
No, but seriously, it's teams probably laugh when they prepare to play the Jets each week. They probably laugh. It's the same things that fool them over and over again when they aren't just getting manhandled. How many slip screens to a running back?
We call that the 0-8 screen.
Oh, my goodness. They take the bait on that every single time. Every single time. And then you just look at when the blitzes don't get home.
Yeah,
you look at they don't tackle against the run. The run fits are awful. The Jets are the easiest defense to game plan against because you don't have to do anything exotic. And one time the Cardinals ran some misdirection on the big screen to Connor. I mean, any of us could have caught that ball in a row. No, and James Conner's amazing, but that's how much space he had. It's just The Jets, it's crazy how they don't adjust. They don't have the guys they need to do what they want to do. And all you hear from them is say, well, we need to play our defense. No, times have changed. People have adjusted to you, and you lost the talent that lifted this defense up. So they have so many problems. And guys have regressed, right? Like, let's call it like it is.
Right.
Guys have
100%.
absolutely regressed in this unit. So they are a mess top to bottom. In terms of talent on a 53-man roster compared to coaching, the Jets are the worst coach team in football right now. When you look at talent on a roster, I would love to know from a casual Jets fan or any most diehard Jets fan, how many players you knew on that Arizona defense, not named Budda Baker today,
on that team
coming into the game. On offense, besides James Conner and Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr., how many players, how many guys on that offensive line can you name? And look what they do. This wasn't a game. This game was over after the first quarter.
The Cardinals had 239 yards at halftime.
At halftime. And here's the thing.
Got breaking sweat.
So Connor, you mentioned coaching, and I think that is obvious that this is a poorly coached team and has been for quite a while. And listen, I was one of the people out there that when Robert Saleh lost his job, I said, you know what? Yeah, it's justified. It's certainly justified. But it has no doubt gotten worse.
This is his
since
staff.
His firing. This is it, right. This is his
That's
staff.
the issue.
And look at the difference defensively. Again, there are 1,000 other issues, and there have been for years. But defensively, that is since Robert Saleh lost his job, and it is night and day.